I know there's been a lot of talk with Microsoft possibly might acquire another big time company. And I know there's been a lot of rumors and speculations, whatever or whatnot, but they did say that they are not finished of acquiring more studios. So we don't know how big this studio is going to be. We just know that they will get one. We don't know, it could be this year, it could be next year, but a lot of speculations of people saying that they might take Two. That's the parent company of Rockstar. So yeah, and there was others about they could possibly get Square Enix or Sega or whatever. But I was on the K Megas podcast the other day, and we did have a discussion about if Microsoft should acquire a studio. What do y'all think should be the best, I guess, choice for them to grab? And my thoughts was Sega. Of course, if y'all, a lot of y'all follow me this whole entire time, I am a Sega, guy. I'm, raised up on Sega Genesis and Dreamcast and Saturns and all that. Of course, I've always been a Sega fan all my life. And of course, whenever Sega went under, technically the original Xbox was basically the Dreamcast 2 because they had the same button layout on the controllers, and Sega had a bunch of exclusive deals that was, that they had a bunch of Sega games that was on the original Xbox. So, I guess you could say that I gravitate towards the Xbox, since it was technically like a Sega Dreamcast 2, but it's just not the fact that I'm a Sega fanboy or whatever. The deal with this situation is the reason why I picked Sega is because I feel that it's the best fit for them, especially getting their hands in the Japanese market. The only Japanese studio that Microsoft have is Tango Works. And, I'm a big fan of I'm a big fan of the Evil Within series. I wish they would make another one. I know they working on Ghostwire Tokyo, but I really hope that they will continue the Evil Within series, or at least remaster them with some, give it better frame rates, whatever. But the reason why, like I said, the reason why I picked Sega because they have so much untapped potential that Microsoft can basically fund a bunch of these projects that Sega is sitting on. Sega's sitting on a bunch of IPs like Golden Axe, Shinobi. They got the Phantasy Star series, the Shining Force series. You got the Skies of Arcadia, is arguably one of the greatest Japanese RPGs that ever was created. And around the late 90s, early 2000s, Japanese RPGs wasn't as popular as it is now. Like the only Japanese games that was Japanese RPGs that was selling was like Final Fantasies or maybe a Dragon Quest. Even Dragon Quest, it was really mostly popular in Japan, but Dragon Quest, it basically got really popular in the in the Americas, in the latter half. But with all the success that the Japanese RPGs is having over there in the West, like the Tales series, the Tales of Arise, that's the basically the Tales of Arise is the best-selling Tales game of all time. They cracked 1 million within the first week, and that is unheard of. Maybe because the game did get delayed and they had a little bit more time to polish it, and the game looks absolutely stunning. It looks beautiful. But I'm just looking at the fact that there is a wave of Japanese RPGs that's doing really well, like the Persona 5 series. That is the best selling Persona game of all time. Sold over 4 to 5 million copies, and it's just getting more popular. Of course, we already know about the Final Fantasy 7 remake. Of course, that's sold really well. It's Final Fantasy. And of course, you got Dragon Quest 11 that's sold very well out here. So I feel that there's a bunch of Japanese RPGs that can basically be, that Microsoft can actually fund some of these projects to make it like, kind of, if you look at how Tales of Arise look, it looks nothing close to the last Tales game. I think it was Tales of Vesperia. I think that's what it was. But all that money that Microsoft had, they could put so much funding into these projects. And looking at the fact that Microsoft have over 20 studios, meaning that they don't need to have to rush these projects. They can take their sweet, precious time, making sure that these games are very, very polished. So that's why I feel that Microsoft, if they can grab Sega and grab all those IPs that they have, like Golden Axe. I know Golden Axe, they did have a game that was on the 360. I forgot the name of it, but it wasn't a really it was bad. It was a really bad Golden Axe game. But just looking at the layer, the foundation of the Golden Axe world, I'm looking at the fact that a studio like a Bethesda software, they can actually make a Golden Axe type of RPG type of game, and it can be very, very good. And oh my gosh, dude, like it's just so much stuff that Microsoft can do with the Sega IPs, like Shinobi. They can either keep it at the side scroller, you know, kind of like how Capcom did with Strider. If y'all remember the Strider remake on the Xbox One and PS4, and I really did like that game. Maybe they could do a Shinobi that's maybe in that type of caliber, or they can, you know, do it like a hack and slash type of Shinobi game, and have probably one, I would probably say Ninja Theory to do a, oh my god, I'm already fanboying already. Like Ninja Theory to do a remake of a Shinobi game, like this is why I said I think Sega will be the best fit, because look at the fact that Microsoft have a lot of games, studios and genres. They got the RPG on lock. They got the I won't say fighting on lock. They do have the Killer Instinct game. That is a well-known IP. So they do have a fighter of their own. They got shooters of their own, like Gears and Halo. They got the racers, like, you know, with the Forza series. It's like the only thing that's missing is Japanese games. It's Japanese RPGs. And if they can grab those type of games under their belt, then I really feel that Microsoft could be they could probably top PlayStation. You know, that's being bold. What I said, that's a bold move of topping PlayStation, because they always been the big dogs in this gaming industry. But just looking at the fact that Microsoft is basically, you know, slapping people with their wallets, especially when they paid that $7.5 billion for Bethesda. But like I say, man, I feel that Sega, you know, should be the best fit. And like I say, it can basically complete of all their genres that you can think of. And I really don't know what else to say, man. I know some people say they need to get the Warner Brothers, that way they can have Mortal Kombat, but just look at what they already had. They had the Killer Instinct series, and that was a really good game on the Xbox One. So it's not like they need to have another one. And of course, the whole Batman deal, and there is still I don't even think that I know if Warner Brothers, if somebody bought Warner Brothers, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if the Batman game would be included with that. I'm not sure. It's something else to that, but I don't know. Maybe the asking price of Warner Brothers is a little bit too much, because I know they were trying to sell the company for like maybe 3 or 4 million last year, but nobody took a bite. So I guess I'm not sure if they still selling it or not. But as far as Square Enix, like I don't know, man. Square Enix, it's just, I feel that some of the games that they have, Microsoft have that under their belt, like as far as the genre goes. But I don't know, maybe y'all have something else in mind. Y'all just let me know what y'all feel about it. You know, I feel the Sega is the best choice, because they can complete the genre of games, and like I said, they have a bunch of studios under their belt, you know, as far as first-person shooters, third-person shooters. You got the RTS, you know, real-time strategy games. You know, got the RPGs and the Bethesdas, like you got the racers, you got the flight simulators. Like they have a lot, and of course they got the fighters with the Killer Instinct. But they need some Japanese RPG. They just really need a lot of Japanese support. So y'all just give me y'all thoughts and y'all opinions. What do y'all think that Microsoft should acquire if they decide to buy a big time publisher? Y'all give me your thoughts in the comment section below. Like, comment, subscribe to this channel, and I will see y'all guys in the next video. Peace out.